CRT, VCR, and VHS. I've acquired all of these and more. Yes, believe it or not, One Piece was on VHS. The anime came out around 1998 in Japan, so it makes sense. And that's what these are. These are, in fact, Japanese imports. I was originally hoping to find when I was searching for these, I was originally hoping to find the 4Kids dub. That they didn't make anything for the 4Kids dub. They didn't release that on DVD. Why? For the yucks. I mean, who wouldn't want a copy of Helmeppo's hammer gun thing? But I'm not heartbroken about it because what I found was far, far more amazing. These home release versions came out around February 2001, costing around 3,990 yen. Adjusting for inflation and converted to USD, cost around like $35. Were they worth that much? They don't get me wrong, these copies are really well made. Clear plastic so you can see through to the reverse inside jacket artwork. Just, I don't think $35 for 4 episodes is a good deal. If you weren't afraid to drop a little bit of cash, you could spend around $500 on these. Behold, the entire East Blue Saga. A whopping 61 episodes spread over 15 tapes, nearly half a grand, and we ain't even in the grand line yet. If only there was a better way. Does anybody remember rental stores? I remember rental stores. Yes, I'm sure you've noticed that some of these are not like the others. It is because they are, in fact, rental copies. For a lot of families throughout the world at the time, it was far more affordable to rent movies, games, and shows rather than to own huge media collections. Of course, I wish I had the home releases of these 2 tapes. But again, I'm not heartbroken. For if it weren't for rental copies, I would not have these. We have 10 tapes covering episodes 62 to 92. Officially in the Grand Line now, we are introduced to Best Boy Laboon, Best Girl Vivi, and other Best Boy Tony Chopper. Somebody should make a meme from this. Both of these sets are ex-rentals, but I find it fascinating. I cannot imagine how many different homes each tape have been to, each with its own unique history we could never possibly know. And it's not that they never sold these tapes for home audiences. They did. It's the same effort as the East Blue tapes, but it's the only one I could find. A sign of things to come, perhaps? Indeed, it was the end of an era. It's October 2002. With DVD sales overtaking VHS, the choice was inevitable. The writing on the wall. Time to upgrade, folks. If you wanted to buy the One Piece anime, it's gonna be on DVD. But what if I told you you could still rent at 13 tapes covering episodes 93 to 130? I am beyond ecstatic that Toei and the distributor Avex Mode continued production to the rental market. Because Alabasta is one of the most popular even to this day. Between Ace's introduction, the attack on Rain Base, all of the Straw Hats fights in Alubarna, and especially Vivi's farewell. You think they could have been justified in selling the fancier home releases of it, but it's 2004 at this point, and we've wrapped up a major storyline. They would be completely in their right to end production of VHS to all markets at this point. I mean, what comes after Alabasta anyways? Some filler arc? What if I told you? Well, the Mad Lads did it. And honestly, this little set is special to me for one fantastic reason. Because this arc has the first moments of Nico Robin as a member of the Straw Hats. And another thing is, I've heard a lot of folks over the years lament that we never get to see any downtime with the crew on the ship. Well, here you go. The early filler arcs are full of it. Sadly, there will always be those who scoff at all filler no matter what. It's a bad word to them. Well, don't worry, naysayers. You'll get your wit piece. I never minded filler arcs in One Piece and am just as happy to have this set in my collection. After this would have followed the Jaya and Skypiea arcs, my personal favorite in One Piece, and a bit underrated and overhated in my opinion. I can't imagine why anybody would consider skipping Skypiea. Don't even get me started on that nonsense. I can't imagine AVEX mode ending production here. I mean, it is 2004 at this point. But what if I told you? They didn't see it that way. Bear with me, folks. Ooh. Boom. With 18 tapes in total, covering episodes 144 to 195, and as I'm sure you can tell, the spines on this set are fairly sun-bleached. A little too close to the shop window, I think. I couldn't care less about that, though. Merely having my favorite season on tape truly sparks joy. You know, it's a miracle we made it this far into the series at all. This final tape was released in October 2005, not long before the last Hollywood movie that was released on VHS. A History of Violence by David Cronenberg in 2006, by the way. What makes Skypiea my favorite arc, though, is that it feels the most like an adventure in this adventure series. The 4Kids dub never made it this far. Ironic considering my little journey started wondering if the 4Kids dub even had a home VHS release. We are blessed, nonetheless, to have Up to Skypiea legitimately on VHS, I think. Oh, Skypiea. An arc sandwiched between two filler arcs. The previous being the Rainbow Mist arc, and following Skypiea is the fan favorite G8. But what if I told you we not only got the fan favorite, we got the fan least favorite? We have 11 tapes covering episodes 196 to 228. On one hand, we have Jonathan, Navy Vice Admiral, known for his wit and near capture of the Straw Hats. On the other hand, we have Foxy, captain of the Foxy Pirates, known for his trickery and almost stealing Chopper and Robin, and overstaying his welcome. Look, I kinda get the hate, but I like Foxy. He gets points from me for adding tons of levity and fun Straw Hat interactions, and also introducing the Davy back fight to the series. But we do end this set with a tense meeting with our first Navy Admiral, Aokiji, and the crew's harrowing escape. How did these tapes escape AVEX mode and Toei's budget cuts is a mystery. They were released in 2006, well after the last Hollywood VHS was sold. I mean, it was the end of an era. Everything was going digital and changing aspect ratios from 4:3 to 16:9. Rental stores still had a good 5 to 10 years left of relevancy, but the writing was on the wall for them too. To start production of a VHS release of the Water 7 / Enies Lobby arc would be absurd. A run that no doubt would last well into 2008. What would be more absurd is to only produce the Water 7 portion of the next arc. How can I make this bit funny when it makes me so sad? Because what if I told you on VHS the crew never got to save Robin? With only 12 tapes covering episodes 229 to 263, I won't fool you. This is it. They started one of One Piece's most popular storylines only to finally axe the production of the tapes right before the climactic second half. A clear indication to rental viewers that it's time to upgrade to DVD. I guess it had to end somewhere, mates, but halfway through the most high-stakes storyline in the series so far just seems cruel, right? We've got Robin's leaving and sacrifice, the decision to abandon the Mary, and the subsequent falling out with Usopp. I just wish they would have gone a little further, you know? And I know what a lot of you are probably thinking. Why don't you just stream it or get the Blu-ray? Why do you even want One Piece on an outdated, lower quality format? I don't know if I have a satisfactory answer to that. I'm just an old person from the 90s. VHS has always had a special place in my heart. And having this much of my favorite anime series on my favorite media format, most of which that was not even meant to be owned by the public, it just makes me happy to have it in my collection. Or, to quote Marge Simpson, I just think they're neat. I guess I want to thank everybody who made it this far. If any of my inane ramblings resonated with you, please let me know down below. And I suppose, sayonara.